lunch. I'll be honest, I wasn't going to do it today. I woke up at 10:45 and I thought, man, can I really stream every Saturday at 11? Today I'm starting at 11:07. So it is the Will's Power Lunch on June 27th, 2026. And usually I'd be looking at some news stories, something like that. Today, though, I'm just going to do a little drawing. I've been, I'll tell people I'll draw stuff and then I'll get busy doing other things. So here's one of the things I've been busy on is Revenant Steel. And I kind of like the way this page is turning out. I like my clouds here. I'm going to redo the eyes there. I'm not redrawing that hand. I like the mountains. I want to add a little more texture to the trees, okay? And I'm trying to decide if I need to brighten up this black area here in the middle. I think I can get away with not doing it. I think that when people look at the page, they're going to think, wow, this looks awesome. And they're not going to even think about the fact that it shouldn't be pitch black right there in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, why is it so bright on the mountains and everything? And then when you get into the walls, suddenly it's just a blanket of darkness, you know? And who knows? But still a little bit to do on this page. I'm going to redraw some of these guys, make them look a bit more detailed, a bit more, I got to draw some forearm muscles on this guy, little things, but it's coming together. I really like the page. I like the entity reaching out, from behind the mountain. But I told Gray Cloud that I was going to work up a little thing for him because he's making little graphics and stuff to promote. Hold on, let me go. Is there anyone in the chat? Hey, Gray Cloud's here. What's going on? I was just saying, I told you I was going to draw that it was going to be an eyeball looking out with the reflection of the clouds, right? Because Gray Cloud does a stream. He's really trying to be uplifting, trying to promote sobriety, trying to, you want to find happiness in the day-to-day. It's a strong message. It's a good message. But let's see. Here. I'm just going to hijack one of these other drawings I did. Here's where I was. Oh, here's a drawing my daughter did. You can tell because of how sophisticated the line work is that this was the work of a 4-year-old. But anywho. You know what? And I'm going to keep it. I have a bad habit of just keeping all the scribbles that my daughters sneak in here and do on my tablet. Yeah, now he is sunny days with a gray cloud. And so I was thinking, of doing like an eyeball shape, right? And I could even do it, where it looks kind of... Because he's a bit older. Good old Gray Cloud. How small should I make the iris, do you think? About yay? About there? Should it look high? Should I add some veins to it? Um, yeah, no worries, man. I just got to live up to, because it's easy to say you're going to do stuff, you know? It's easy to be like, oh, yeah, I'll put that together for you because you want to do it. And at the time, you definitely want to do it. But then, day I'll just sit down and just be like, it's time to work on Revenant Steel, on the comic book, the task that must be completed. Okay, the thing that's gonna bring the most joy to the most people. Okay, is Revenant Steel. So that's really like ultimately that needs to be what I'm 100% committed to. But if I'm gonna draw, because the point is the clouds, right? And in that respect, I shouldn't even get too caught up in like the details of like making the eye look good, right? So let's actually start with the clouds. What's going on, Subjugates? I'm trying to squeeze a little bit of artwork out here. I almost didn't go live today. Because I mean, I didn't even get home from work till like 1:30. You know what I mean? And then I'm up. I can't exactly go right to sleep. I made the smart choice of not eating at 2 a.m., which means that I don't feel like absolute garbage this morning, which is a nice change. It's a nice change from the usual. Because, man, sometimes it'll be late at night. I'm like, man, I just want to eat something. And sometimes I'll lay out a whole bunch of graham crackers. I'll get some honey and peanut butter, and I'll just make little honey peanut butter graham cracker sandwiches, and I'll dip them in milk like an Oreo. But you can't treat a graham cracker like an Oreo. It takes on the milk right away, So you got these soggy little honey peanut butter graham cracker sandwiches, But those are evil. Those are the devil. That's what makes you wake up and you don't feel good. This thing used to be full of Sour Patch Kids. Okay? I'm down to just a few reds and yellows. I used to stack them up like a rainbow. Have, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And I'd smash them together and I'd eat them, for Pride Month. But that's not clouds. That's an eye. So the point, like sunny days with a gray cloud, the idea was that it's all about the outlook, right? It's all about, yeah, within the eye. You're not wrong. That's what I was just saying, because you could draw gray clouds with a sunbeam or something like that. But that's not about you. You know what I mean? I feel like having it be an eye and having the reflection of the clouds, it seems a little more personal. It seems like, the message is that peace comes from within, and it's how you're like looking at the world, So I think that could be a good one. But in order to do that, I need to draw like the distortion a little bit. So let me get my iPad working again. Right. He gets it. This is why I get along with Gray Cloud, you know? So, keeping in mind that I'm drawing the distortion, before I obscure the shape of the eye with any lids, right? Let's decide where the horizon's going to be. And yeah, man, you're more than welcome. I'll draw a little faster if someone's talking. We'll see. But let's see if there's clouds, right? I'm not a professional artist. I never went to school or anything. What is up, Omer? So I start with like just a freaking chaotic sort of image, and then I try to make sense of it. You know what I mean? So I just want, I want there to be a horizon line. And he goes on walks and stuff on his streams. So maybe I'll draw like some woods here. Do like a little Bob Rossi thing where you just sort of, you got that country road. We're walking along. It's kind of flat. What do we got here? What is up?
Ooh, what is up, Mr. Will?
I actually heard the notification this time.
Bloop bloop. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How's the comic book coming along?
Oh, good. I just sent the rest of the pages over to the artist. Cause like the last half of the book is all kind of like one big sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured him having the whole thing to work out. So I think he's got the first 20. Or he's up to page 25. He's got thumbnailed.
Nice.
So yeah, we're working on. Oh, Omer's in the chat. What up, Omer? And Gray Cloud was cracking, dude.
Hey, I had it on my phone, and I'm trying to come in through my laptop, and I had the volume on the phone down. I hadn't looked and saw that you joined. But
Nice.
yeah, I've got my camera off. I'm smoking a cigar. It ain't no green or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really like smoking on camera.
Man,
Too much.
Fair enough.
this is actually one of the few days I didn't do any of that this morning. Where am I?
I haven't been smoking any, pot for probably. I hadn't had any actual bud or anything for almost 2 months.
Nice.
That's good, man. You're resetting the whole system. I'm gonna have to do that myself here pretty soon, because
Nice cleanse.
I will be getting some next. Well, it'll depend on how long it takes to get to me, but anyway, I won't talk about all that.
I'm gonna taper off a little bit, right? Because I vape. I got this little oven,
Yeah.
So I got all my toasted stuff over here, which is still like, it's still got some life in it, right? So my ebb and flow where it's like, okay, I'm gonna vape fresh stuff for as long as, you know, whatever, and then I'm gonna taper off. I'm gonna re-vape all the toasted stuff, you know what I mean? And then I'll be able to just go off it for a little while.
Yeah, that's like a
Wind
vape.
down.
The thing you have, you actually put bud in it, right? Or like
Oh yeah, it's like a little oven.
yeah, it's like the older before they had the type of vapes they do now with the wax and all, or not.
With the
Yeah.
oil,
Yeah, the
the
oil and
distillate.
stuff.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Little
Back in the
disposable.
day, all you had was that kind of thing.
Yeah. See, and I
Originally, they
prefer
were
this.
originally they weren't as mobile either. They were like you got one that you can just hold in your hand. They were kind of big at first.
Well, they still have those models too. They got the desktop vapes, the volcano style vapes.
Yeah, I got a volcano in my back room.
To be honest, like, you know, this thing's just as good. Like the Arizer Solo 3.
Yeah.
What did that cost you?
It was like 200 or so. I think less than, because like you can get it through the official website, but then there's third-party vendor. You'll get it for like $50 cheaper or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's really
not
good.
Too bad.
Yeah, I remember people that had them back in the day, like the original ones, like, you know, like it was rare to see anybody with them. But when you ran into it, it was weird because like the bud would, you know, like it dries out the bud or whatever it takes. You know, it's like you still have like a byproduct, but it's not usable anymore after you get done.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're really hurting, then you think it's usable.
Right. Well, it depends on how high you run the vape and stuff like that. Like me, the way this thing is, because like here's the oven, right?
Yeah.
This stuff is gonna toast a lot more than this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of the way the heat condenses through it.
Yeah.
You know. So when I clear it out of there, it's like 50% of this stuff is like 50% is potent, and then the rest of it is more like 20% is potent. You know what I mean?
You save it.
Anywho,
reuse it.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm loading it up.
So I pretty much remembered your, you know, like when you first told me an idea you had, I'd kind of vaguely forgot it, but as you started talking, I was like, yeah, I remember now exactly. Like, just even though I changed the name of the channel, it still can be exactly the same idea.
Say no to crack.
Yeah, over.
I crack some.
Leave it for I crack some.
Crack is bad. Crack is bad, definitely.
Crack is bad. Okay.
Crack's no good, guys. Okay.
So what do you got here? What is this? In like an eyeball with clouds?
Yeah. So like Great Cloud has been coming up with different images, different visuals, things to promote the show, things to, you know, beautify the channel, you know, and communicate them. You could put it on a t-shirt, you could do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
So I had the idea, like, how about an eyeball with that reflection, you know, and if you could pull it off, it could look really cool, you know, on a t-shirt or something
so
like
the
that.
Reflection of him going for a walk.
Well, it, you know, like it would be one that, like, once I get a couple of different things actually done by real people, you know, I haven't really been messing. The AI I'm just using for fun stuff for because you know.
Yeah,
now this week I started downloading, you know, little clips. Yeah, I don't know, you know, like I used that They Live thing and stuff. I was like, hey, I'm learning how to kind of do a few things, you know, like I'm taking the time during my day to like sit down sometimes and go, okay, what can I do other than just use this stupid fucking AI, you know, like if that makes any sense.
Here, let's see what the AI can do for me real quick. I'm gonna save this image.
But I think AI for concepts is okay, but that I would prefer to actually have a real person design something and then that be on a shirt, you know.
Yeah, AI
totally.
Like concept work and
a shirt, a sticker, whatever.
Let's see here. Let's imagine. Let's say I want reflection. I don't want caps lock. Of
goddamn caps
overcast.
We had a pretty good stream the other day, man, on Wednesday. I gotta set it up for this Wednesday. Self-Destruct ended up joining me. Cody, you were in the chat for a real brief moment, but it was like all of a sudden there was like, you know, it wasn't like a lot of people, but people were just all of a sudden in, like other creators and people I'm following and like from a different community, but they were like really, I was just vibing. And then when Self-Destruct came on, it was like we started just playing video. Like he kept saying, "Are you worried about the copyright claim?" I said, "No, just play whatever, you know. Like if it's just a claim, I'm not worried." And I'm not.
You're talking about that semi-sober stream?
No, we did a stream for over 3 hours on my channel. And then
okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been working almost every day this week, so I haven't had time.
Because there was like 11 or at any one time there was 11 or more people sometimes watching, and then the chat was popping off so freaking fast I couldn't hardly keep up with it and try to do. I was like, but it was fun, you know. I was just rolling with it, man. And
so this is where the AI can help me out a little bit because, you know, I like the distortion.
Yeah.
And it sort of gives me that idea where it's like, okay, that horizon line is going to come out and then it's going to curve up towards the end and have that shape on the outside of the eyeball, right?
Yeah.
So I got to try to sort of emulate that. And then, yeah, I really only need like a couple of big puffs of clouds right there. Yeah. So this helps, man. This is how I use AI.
Yeah, like
in my process.
If you're using it as, like I said, like to create things, especially if you're not an artist, and like for instance, if I'm trying to think of something, I haven't really came up with any ideas in my mind, but if I did, you know, to visualize it through AI and then show it to actual people that do good art, or what I feel like is good, better than I can. You know, I can do a little bit. I do better drawing, like when I'm looking at a picture and just trying to recreate it, maybe not exact, but like in my own style, I do pretty good. When I'm trying to just think of an idea and I start trying to draw something, I kind of don't do as well. But anyway.
Hey, you draw better than I do.
I'm not a great artist, but I know how to visualize something and put it down to where even if it was my old crude sketch, somebody could probably take it and make it into something better, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm just enjoying life now. You know, not that I haven't, but it's been nice to have this new, like, kind of motivation.
Well, even being off the herb for a couple months, probably got a whole new little outlook on life too, and just.
Yeah, I'm just more alert and stuff, you know, more. And like I said, I'll probably get some next week. I have talked to someone that was like, "Oh, I'm still going to do this until November or something," and I was like, "Okay, well." But what my hope is to keep it to a minimum, not like which sometimes I was, and then sometimes I wasn't. Like when you have a sack, it's easy to be looking at it when you're like sitting there and go, but I don't need to smoke a bowl every damn hour on the hour or every, you know, like you only get you only get to a certain level, and then you know, no matter how much you smoke,
you're chasing that for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's looking pretty cool though.
Yeah,
it's starting to get framed out a little bit. You know what I mean?
And I like to, you know, like for this design, like I said, the idea is like self-reflection, you know, because like, yeah, I'm bringing Comics Group back and then trying to be fun, and then the thing we did on Wednesday, it was going so good, man. Like that, Reverend Destruct and I was like, you know what pocket? It was like I started a stream at 4:00 on Wednesday, and it went for over 3 hours. There were people in the chat the whole time. And like even Matt from the Off Topic Show, whether you know him or not, you know, he's a bigger channel. And I always talk about him and promote him because he gives smaller channels a chance. Like if you know him and you go into any of his chats, if you happen to catch him and he likes you, man, he'll like tell people, hey, go sub to so-and-so. You know, I've gained a lot just through knowing him. And
nice.
Like he was active in the chat for a little while. It was kind of neat, you know. It was like, hey, cool. Like, anyway, so Self-Destruct was like, I was like, well, maybe this could be a scheduled thing. I try to keep that on Wednesdays. Maybe not every Wednesday I'm there, but the intent is try to get in the groove of having a couple of things like comics group and then Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the sub said I should call it the Real Hump Day Show or something like that, and spell the real RILL like Dennis Rodriguez says.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm the real Gray Cloud, and I say I'm the real Dennis. So I just need to set it up. Like if I set it up like over the weekend and go ahead and post it, maybe people will remember. But I'm gonna try to do that.
What's crazy is because I'm drawing Revenant Steel, right? And part of the plot of Revenant Steel is that it's continuously overcast, like there is no thing. And so I'm sitting here trying to draw this eyeball, and I'm like filling it with clouds, and then it hits me. I'm like, I'm making this way harder on myself because it is sunny days with a gray cloud. Okay, it's the real. You don't have to do this, Will. You know what I mean?
Need some sun poking through.
Just
the clouds.
have some clouds. Okay.
Yeah.
Have some clouds to make it look cool. Okay.
And I've got to get with somebody that's like I know that it's like it'd be easy for me to create an account for a merch store, but I'm not too like anybody that's already done it. Like the new person that has joined my community, Cody knows what I'm talking about. CJ, the CJH Entertainment Plus. He's got several merch stores, so I'm going to try to communicate with him and see, and he's just now kind of getting back into, like he did a stream last night, and I watched and tried to support it, and they were just it was like movie talk and stuff like that, but it was cool, it was like, and I could see where he was Cody, how he mentioned he's kind of like, self-conscious about streaming and stuff, and he's been out of it for a while, so I could tell last night, it was like kind of like, oh, here I am trying to do it again, but you just gotta, when you take a break, it is like, if you take like a little while off of doing anything and you've been doing it pretty hard, when you try to come back, sometimes it can be like discouraging, like
I think he's also trying to like might be trying to rebuild his audience, because I think he was hanging out with Movie Perp. That's where I know him from Perp and Tony. So.
I don't know, because he's always in FFS's chat now.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure he stopped hanging out around Perp and Tony, so I think he's just trying to.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah.
We had somebody on there last night that I subscribed to and followed on. They were called something Vince, and that guy was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He kept talking and trying to move things along, and anyway, it was cool.
Yeah, he seems like a chill guy. So.
Like CJ seems like last week when we did a comics group, and when he brought up George Lucas, I thought we had a really good, like that last half of what before we ended, man, was pretty fun, just talking about Star Wars and pulling up the old Dark Horse, trying to find the old Dark Horse comic images. Remember how hard it was for a minute?
Yeah. Yeah, every time we try to pull up a Dark Horse image, it would just switch to the
Marvel cover. Marvel shit, and we were like, okay, the Marvel shit looks good, but like some of it, but it was like, no, we want to look at the old Dark Horse, because I think Dark Horse did it better. The
100%.
Personally,
the Dark Horse Star Wars comics are way better than the Marvel ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wished I wouldn't mind if how they're doing some of the Marvel properties are being done by who is it, Boom or IDW? Remember, they've licensed them off. There's going to be a few of the Marvel comics being done. I think they're reprints or like.
Okay.
Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't heard that.
I just have caught it on other people's talking about it. Like I'd have to look it up, but evidently some Marvel properties are being done by some other like studio or something. Licensed out. And I'm not sure if it's new stuff or if it's like I said, I think it might be collections of things that have not been printed in a while. You know what I mean? If you're, I might be able to find it unless you're looking something up. Now we're all. Are y'all still there? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I was kind of zoning in on the picture a little bit. I am also kind of looking at the time because I'm gonna be, you know, it's a quick show when they schedule me at 12:30. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be popping off in 20 minutes.
Oh, you're who were you talking about? Job or what?
Me, yeah, I work at a restaurant, bud.
Yeah, that's right. You said you was a bartender, ain't you?
Yeah. So.
I mean, you've already said it.
You're muted, Cody. Why are you muted? You done muted yourself. You're bad. Oh no, wait! I still can't hear you.
I'm hearing an echo now.
Yeah, because I can. Yeah, there you go. He'll figure it out.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything right off the bat of what I'm talking about. I know that somebody.
No, I'm actually off on Wednesday this week, so if you're doing that again, I might pop on. If
yeah, this afternoon. Oh, I mean, then Wednesday afternoon, I'm gonna set it up. I got to remember to. Oh, and like today, like just telling Cody, I know he's got some things from on the back burner for us to pull up. But I've also saved a few bookmarks, like of things, or downloaded something. I'm trying to think ahead so that maybe we can have things already, like kind of, you know, like I've always just kind of. It's fun to just go on here sometimes, like I do, and just do a. Hey, let's just talk about whatever the hell we want. But it's also good to lead with a couple of things.
Well, yeah, you want conversation starters, right? You want to bring something up to lead the conversation and then send it wherever it goes.
Entirely about that, but we can have something where it's like I've got that letter that Commie Mark. I don't know if y'all saw that review that he did for. He did a review. Like he posted a review for that guy that's in trouble now. You know that guy that EVS.
Oh, Farrago.
Yeah, he did a review on the art gallery and acting like he went there with his kids and shit. I've got that downloaded. I'm gonna pull it up when we
stay away from the bathrooms.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. Like the way he does the review, it's like when you read it, it reads like a real review, but he's like he talks about finding the camera and a towel. And all this, anyway.
That's funny.
Well, I'm going to put this drawing away for now and come back and finish it later. But I'm glad, I kind of laid the bones of it down this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good start.
So that's kind of where I'm heading with it, Gray Cloud, just so you kind of see where I'm going with it. I got to make that. Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm probably going to make the eye a little wider. Just looking at, because at this stage of the drawing, this stage of the process, this is where you're really like, okay, how do I fix the overall composition, So maybe make the eyeball a little bit wider and rounder, or if I want to go full old man with it, or if I want to look at your eyes and literally draw like,
the bags under them.
All draw Gray Cloud accurate bags.
Yeah.
Throw a little tattoo under one side.
Yeah, do a tattoo. Dude. This is where the ideas come out, because that might be perfect. That'll personalize the whole shirt. You know what I mean?
It would actually.
I don't know if I'm looking at it right, but it almost looks I know you're just drawing an eye, but I'm thinking of it if it was the left eye, then it could have the Carpe Diem around it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is if I do that eye, I'll go ahead, or heck,
which would be a bigger thing, but it'd be like I'm looking up to the sky.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be like I'm looking to the sky and I'm seeing the clouds. I'm seeing a gray cloud. And
that's the other thing is I could put your
the eyeball
sort of iris looking up a little more,
Makes it look a little less generic, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Normally the eyeballs are looking straight at you, so it'd be cool to have one.
See, and that's where my mind automatically went, was like, a psychedelic sort of deal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have done quite a few.
Yeah.
That's funny because on Wednesday when we got in the conversation of psychedelics, and I was talking about that at one point, whatever I could have access to, I was doing in large amounts, trying to see if I'd ever hit that perma trip. And my friend Anna Child in the chat was like, if anybody was to be permafried, it would definitely be Gray Cloud, and he's not. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I might be a little wacky, man, but you hear about people supposedly, oh, they're in a perma trip, and it's like, I was, I did a little bit something with that and made a goth version of that.
Oh yeah.
Something to share on the channel when I go. Because I made one where he was. I made one where it was like a normal looking costume, like for like a really. And then I was like, listen, I said, take this image and turn it into a goth superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm trying to, I revamped the DM group. Like I just kind of went through, and they were giving me hell the other day about it. When we went over to the stuff, they was like, so you just like booted everybody yourself, and then like everybody's gonna be. I'm like, no, I just asked how can I end this and restart it. And that was the only way. I guess I could have just renamed it and all that, but
yeah. Well, you guys were mentioning conversation starters and stuff like that. And we're trying to make these streams at least slightly structured and easier to like do and put together. So like, my method has just been to have bookmark things that I see on Twitter throughout the week.
Right.
And I decided to change it up this morning and go with a draw stream and be like, hey, let's catch up on some of the things that I said I was going to do. But this is one of those. Did you see this, Gray Cloud?
No.
You guys didn't?
I think I might have watched. I don't know.
So this lady. Hold on, I got to mute her on my side because I know I didn't share the audio. And I'm listening to this lady going, Brad! like trying to scare this thing away, which is what you got to do because she's walking her dog.
Yeah. What else do you do?
What would you do, Gray Cloud, if you're walking your dog and a hungry bear starts just walking after you?
My dog, I don't walk my dog. She's not on it. But if that particular dog I have was on a leash, she'd probably be barking like hell, and it's probably harder to get it to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just depending. I've always heard the best thing to do is stay still if you see a bear. I don't know if that's true. Have you ever heard that?
I think for some bears, yes. What's the rule? Like, is it black bear you play dead and the grizzly bear you try to fight, or is it the black bear you try to fight and the grizzly bear you play dead?
The grizzly bear you play dead. You're not going to fight a grizzly bear. A black bear you're not going to outrun either.
Well, you try to scare it off because you can't fight either. Obviously, both of them are going to tear you to pieces. The grizzly bear is twice as big, as far as I recall, I think.
Yeah, grizzly bear is bigger.
You can tell this dog is acting like a freaking wimp, dude. This dog's just like, oh, I'm going to get eaten. Oh, jeez. And I think that's emboldening the
bear.
Yeah. It sounds like she kind of did everything wrong, according to Google.
Oh, really?
It says, if you see a bear, do not run. Stop. Stay calm and back away slowly. So you don't just completely stop, but you slowly back up. It says, making yourself look large. Like, in other words, you want to be, it says, speak in a calm, firm voice so the bear, because she was kind of yelling. I get what it's saying. Like,
oh, okay. So you guys could hear it. Hold on a second.
I heard it. Never play dead unless an aggressive grizzly or brown bear attacks.
Yeah.
So grizzlies and brown bears, you want to play dead is what it's saying. Of course, take everything with a grain of salt on the internet.
She's like,
yeah, see, right now, both my dogs would be barking and pulling at me as hard as I could.
See, and that's good. But this dog is acting like a snack. And so she's trying to scare this thing off. And meanwhile, the bear's like, are you sure? Because that thing That thing's acting like it's gonna let me eat it if I catch it. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm wrong. It just seems like the way that it's describing, she might not should be backing away that quick. It looks like
She's probably moving a little quicker than she should.
Right.
The
And
factor that the dog's there, and scared is really hurting the situation.
Yeah, because the bear's just got his eyes on that dog.
Yeah. Bear doesn't give a shit about her.
God dang.
Like
I know what you're talking about when it says make yourself look bigger, because I've seen people show in videos demonstrations of where they kind of belch their chest out like and they do a not a loud screaming voice, but kind of like a firm like whatever. Now trying to remember that type of shit, even if you've learned it and you've never encountered one, I couldn't tell you actually what I would do.
Yeah, there was we were camping one time, and I don't know if it was a bear or a cougar, but something caught a fish on the river beside us and then sat right beside our tent in the middle of the night and ate it. It was one of the more scarier things.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I would just hear coyotes like going nuts in the woods outside my house back in Virginia, and that's when I learned that if you kill a coyote, then they'll start breeding more coyotes because they're doing like a roll call, you know? But I would wake up. One time I woke up and there was a goose that just, it's like he ate it butthole first. You know what I mean? Like this goose was just, its legs were going two directions and it just had a hole where its asshole was. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of crazy. And that's when I realized that the coyotes, when the coyotes get a hold of you, they eat your butthole first, buddy.
Yeah, I got coyotes where I walk my dogs, and they circled us one time. One ran out in the middle of the pathway. My smaller dog ran after it. My bigger dog ran after it, so I had to chase after both of them. And like in the middle of the bushes, all you start hearing is coyotes howling from like all sides around you.
God, did you guys see this video?
Whoa.
Now he got arrested.
As you should.
What was it they popped in his face? That's like a
taser, bud.
Oh, it was
he got those taser spikes right in his eye. Like, did it hit him in his eye socket?
What?
And he's looking at this dude, and this dude raises his arms. Now, I don't know how you guys would react to anybody raising their arm like that, but I'm taking it like, I feel like this guy must be drunk. I would have taken a step back right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My danger sense is strong, though.
See that poof? I didn't know powder come. Oh, that's what it. It's what shoots it out, I guess.
This dude just straight up, like, good Lord, what possesses? And you know he's not drunk. He's the bouncer.
Yeah. He should have the most wits about him in the situation.
Right. Good Lord.
I thought it was like when you're not supposed to shoot someone that close.
You're not supposed to shoot him in the face either.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, that's crazy. That might just be security. That's because it looked like it was at a festival. I got tased one time, and it was like anyway. I remember saying like that.
By one of those ones or one of the pokey ones?
It took a few seconds before I hit the ground, and then the guy was like, all like being cocky and shit, and he's like, "Did you feel that?" I don't know, and I was like, I don't know, like, and he's like, "I'll take you again." I said, "Do it." Like I was already on the ground, and he hit, And then when you get burned, they don't want to pull the things out there. We're gonna wait till the end. I said, "Just pull these son of bitches out of me."
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because it's electric. When they pulled it out, it was like singed. You know what I mean? Like seared.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
I don't know why I thought they like went into your skin for some reason.
They do.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I got.
Like barbs.
They went into my skin.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in my chest area or my stomach, I can't remember.
Oh, man, that sucks.
And I really wasn't doing anything. I just didn't feel like I hadn't really done anything. And I told them, no reason to talk about it really, but it was I'd been belligerent at my sister's a little bit, but I took off, told them, fuck it. I took my shit and I was like, I'll go find a camp. I'll go camp.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a couple of blocks away. My sister could see the cops when they pulled up and they're like, drop your bag. And I'm like, I ain't done shit.
What's wrong? Drop it.
I didn't do nothing.
And then I had prescription drugs in there, like that were nothing narcotic, but they're finding bottles and my pills and,
I wonder, like, if you're a cop and you see people walking down the street and you're like, man, I wonder what I could get off of, I wonder what they got on them.
I wonder what's in their pocket that could be
You're just sizing people up like little treasure chests. It's like playing a gotcha game. You know what I mean?
Some crooked cops are like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean every cop is, but there's a lot out there that do that shit, man.
They see the face tattoos and they're like, I gotta search that dude, man.
He's got something I want.
He's got something in his butthole. I know it. There was nothing in his pockets. Check his butthole.
Cavity search.
Cavity search.
Gloves come on.
Right here.
Right.
In the middle of a neighborhood, John.
You're new here. I've been fortunate. I never had too many bad run-ins with, and like in North Carolina, a lot of there was some asshole cops, but there was also some that, like, cause I'd lived on the streets some in that town too, and they got, like, I'd be walking around like late at night, just bored. I wasn't on drugs or nothing, but I'd just couldn't sleep. So I'd leave my camp and go kind of like looking through like Dollar General, like looking for stuff in a dumpster, like
it's Roman. Just
stuff they throw up that's still good or whatever, and crossing through a parking lot or something, different cops are on different nights. So I'd be randomly just stopped and they're like, well, what are you doing? And I'm just wandering around. Like I'm on the streets. I got a camp over so-and-so. I was always real cordial with them, and then when they realize you're not a threat, sometimes occasionally I'd be walking down in Morganton, North Carolina, and some of them would pull up, hey, great girl, man, I got you a gift card, like $25 gift card to a grocery store or something like that.
Yeah, some of them are chill.
I mean, I'm not bragging. I know people have a harsh opinion about, but I learned that, I used to have that mindset of the only good cop is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just like, it's the same, like in any profession, there's all kinds of different people.
Yeah, you're gonna have good people, you're gonna have shit people.
Well, and you want cops to be kind of confrontational. You know what I mean?
It's
like you're a cool guy, and so when a cop is kind of like a jerk to you, you feel it. But if you were a criminal asshole, you know what I mean? Right. And then you run into a cop, and the cop is just like, Mr. Flanders or something. F that. I want that cop to be like, hey, the hell are you doing around here? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of, the cop is like the gang that works for us in a way.
They're supposed to be.
They have their colors.
They really work for. There was a police officer around here that was always cool to me, and I found he's also like a pastor or something. But I found out he retired a few years ago, and I often wondered if it was because of the way things were moving. Because when I was on Facebook, he would, like he was very much against like the shots and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Jabiru.
And I feel like maybe he had left, just because he had conflicting issues with what was going on in the government in general. Even though we're in a small community.
Well, gentlemen, it's 11:58.
Well, thanks for letting me be on here.
No, absolutely, man. You're always welcome. Especially when I was drawing something for you, so it was kind of nice to have you swing through and give your opinion. And I feel like we really elevated it there at the end, you know?
You got something
gave me a good goal. So I can swing through and finish that up at some point. Then I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep.
And Cody, I guess I'll see you in a little while.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go deal with my dogs and
I'm
prepared here and
try to get more stuff together and whatever I need to do before then.
All right.
But y'all have a
Peace
good day.
out.
Decent.